President Donald Trump is stopping the funding for NPR, PBS, and the Corporation of Public Broadcasting. What does that mean? And who are they?
Between the lines.
You've seen the reports come out that President Donald Trump has decided to stop funding NPR, PBS through taxpayer-funded money. And I got to thinking, I'm like, all right, who exactly is PBS, NPR? And what exactly do they do? Because honestly, I don't even know how to find them. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I really don't watch much at all. I don't have basic cable or anything just because I'm busy doing other things. So I'm kind of wondering all right, is that the old Sesame Street place, PBS? Which found out that it is. And Sesame Street's still on the air, which is great, I guess. I mean, I haven't watched an episode in 40 years, but hey, whatever, So I went on a few things. I did a little research to figure out what's going on, and this is what I found about PBS. Okay, now this is Primetime. Primetime, 8 p.m. Guess what's playing on PBS, and guess what your taxpayer dollars are paying for? Hummingbirds of Hollywood, 8 p.m. At 8:30, you can watch on the Kids Network. You can watch Hero Elementary. What you don't see. Super Purple Pop-Up Pants. Yep. And then at 9 o'clock, you can watch Patty's Mexican Table, The Heart of Tequila. Sounds great. I can't wait to pay extra money for cable so I can watch that. I mean, if you showed me that those were playing at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning, right next to, Wooden Spoons Around the World on the shopping network, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. Hummingbirds, they're fascinating. But that's your primetime lineup between 8 and 9 o'clock. Okay, no. Why are we paying for that? And then to go further in the scenario of it, you got NPR, which is National Public Radio, and on Wikipedia again. And I know Wikipedia is not a thing, but again, Wikipedia is simple, it's easy, so I go to it a lot. So funding for NPR comes from dues and fees paid by member stations, underwriting from corporate sponsors, and annual grants from the publicly funded Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Publicly funded means taxpayer dollars. Okay, don't confuse that. Corporation for Public Broadcasting is what pays for all of these things. Okay, so, and then of course they go to nonprofit organizations they have on the stations. They have public school districts, colleges, and universities. Well, if you haven't watched my other videos of colleges and universities, take a look at those about how I feel about that. And there's a lot of other information going forward. And realizing that, okay, what all does this mean exactly? I mean, if we just take the money, how much are we funding? I'm not sure we even know. We might not even find out. But Hugh Hewitt, if you don't follow him, I watch him every now and then. But that basically says, this is his quote, "The government should not be engaged in funding domestic political speech from either the left or the right. Both media organizations will flourish absent taxpayer subsidy, and every other media platform will then be competing on a level playing field." So in a different context, truth between the lines, understand this, that if you are a private company, like you have your own TV station or your radio station, everything else, you are now or were competing with the government paying into money, okay? Now, I have a lot of other things we could talk about, but we'll just leave it at that. Just understand that private companies are competing against the government taxpayer-funded programs. That's a problem right there. All right, so then another thing, say again, keep these short. This is truth between lines, not the news. NPR CEO says the president's order is affront to the First Amendment rights of NPR and locally owned and operated stations throughout America. Well, that sounds great. Here's the thing. We're not telling you at all what to do for the First Amendment. You can continue saying whatever you want to, but guess what? You're just not going to get our money. That's all it is. So say whatever you want to. First Amendment, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just don't take our money. Say whatever you want. And I won't be watching because I'll be doing other stuff that's a lot more important than watching that, because I watch the truth between lines.
Between the lines.